to Python. Python is an high-level programming language, high-level general purpose programming language. So high-level general purpose means users can easily understand. It is nothing but a high-level general purpose programming language. Also, it is an open source. So there is no paid version for this. So everybody can try to see the code which is written in Python. So simply I can say it is a open source language. So it is platform independent. So what are the platforms you are having right now? Windows, right? Mac, as well as Linux. So the program which you write in one platform or in one OS, the same program will be able to run in other platforms as well, like Mac or Linux. Or once you write the program in Linux, it will try to run in Mac as well as Windows. So it is platform independent. So when compared to other programming languages like Java, C#, Ruby, and there are some other languages, it is simpler than other programming languages. So let me show you one pic so that you can understand better what I'm trying to say. So if you want to display hello world, so if you see, to display hello world in Python, what I have done, I have just only used print command. And inside print command, I have just typed what the string which I want to print, like hello world and exclamatory mark. This is the command, or this is the statement which I want to print. So I have included that in print command. So if you want to print the same using C program, so if you can see, C program will have some blocks like hash include stdio.hash standard input and output library. You have to describe main block. Inside the main block, you have to use printf command for printing the hello world or the statement whichever you require. And if you see the same in C++, so it is, the indentation and how you define the main block and how you define the include will be same for C++ as well, like hash include IO stream, input on output stream, using namespace standard int of main. You have to define the main block, and inside the main block you have to use C out and hello world. This is the command which you want to use in C++ if you want to print any statement. But if you want to print the same statement or like hello world, you can use public class hello world. You have to define the class name in Java. This is nothing but public class name, and inside the class you have to describe main loop, right? Inside the main you have to describe string aux as well as system.out.println. This is the command which you can use if you want to print any statement. In this case, I'm printing just hello world. But if you see all these four, out of all these four languages, Python is very simple. Just you can use only one command like print. Inside the print, whatever the statement you require, you can try to use that and you can print that command. So that is the reason it is simpler than other programming languages. Very, very, very important. So that is fine. Up to now, we have seen what are its features, and we can see what is the history of Python. So before trying to learn anything, we should know the history of Python. If you know history of the Python, then it will be very helpful to you. So let me try to do the same. So Python implementation was started in December 1989 by Guido van Rossum at CWI in Netherlands. So Python implementation was started by Guido van Rossum at CWI in Netherlands. So in the Netherlands country, in the CWI labs, Guido van Rossum has implemented Python in 1989. So most of you think that Java is the old language, which it started in the beginning, but most of you don't know that Python is the language which is already came into the market or implemented before Java is implemented. In 1989 only, Python has been implemented. So in February 1991, Van Rossum published the code. And it was labeled as 0.9.0. 0.9.0. It is February. Right? In 1994, Python 1.0, version 1 was released. Version 1 was released with features. What are the features of 1.1? Features are like lambda functions, as well as map, as well as filter and reduce. With these functions, Python version 1 was released into the market. So after Python version 1, Python 2.0 added new features. What are the new features added in Python 2.0? Like you can say list comprehensions, garbage collection system. So these are the things which we will learn one by one, don't worry. So garbage collections. So these are the features which are introduced in Python 2.0. And on December 3, 2008, Python 3.0, version 3 of Python has been released. So it is also called as Py3K. On December 3, 2008, Python 3, nothing but version 3 of Python was released into the market. It is very, very important. So to know about the history. So it is not required, but we should be aware of. When you are learning any language, it is necessary to know what is its history. And similarly, it was influenced by, Python was influenced by, so there are two languages. So one is ABC. This is the language at that time during 1980s, and Modular 3. So whatever the features are there in ABC language and Modular 3 language, which was there in 1980s, so all the features are combined in Python. So taking the features of these two languages, Guido van Rossum have implemented the Python at CWI Labs in Netherlands. It is very, very important. And up to now, we have seen the introduction as well as history of Python. Let us try to see installation. So if you want to work with any language, you should have that programming language installed in your local. So let me try to walk through you one by one. Installation of Python. So if you want to install Python, you have to visit to this particular website. So let us try to take to this Python downloads. If you just try to search for Python downloads, it will open this particular link. Click on that link, which you see here, the same link. So I'm directly giving you this link so that you can directly go through this particular link. And go to here, click on download Python 3 and click on save. That's it. So upon successfully downloading, we will just try to install this in local, so that you will be aware of. So it has already been installed in local. Let me go to downloads and let me this is Python 3.12. This is the thing which I downloaded. So let us try to execute the same. See, when you installed this exe file, and if you want to install, double click on this exe file, executable file, and if you can see this pop-up appears if you want to install. So you just try to click on this python.exe. So when you select this particular option, this Python will be placed in system variables. So if anything is placed in system variables or environment variables, then we can run that same program or that application from anywhere, like from C drive or from D drive or any drive. So it is very, very important to add python.exe to path. So let us try to install now. Click on install now. So if you click on install now, so it is installing the process. It is setting the progress. Once it is installed, we will check whether it is properly installed or not. It is properly installed or not. So yeah, it is installed successfully. So that is the reason why you see setup was successful. So to make sure that it has been installed successfully, let us try to go to C drive, users, and respective name of this particular machine, go to app data. See, some of you people will not see app data because it is a hidden folder. So that is the reason. If you check here to see the hidden folder, so there will be option. If you want to see the hidden folders, you should try to click on these hidden items. So let me uncheck this so that you can aware of what is the difference. So if I unclick the hidden files, it will not show me the hidden files. So that is the reason app data folder, which you will not see here. So if you want to see, you just try to enable this hidden option. So upon enabling, you can see app data here. Go to app data, go to local, go to programs, and go and see Python. So we have installed Python 3.12. So that is the reason why you will see the folder here. Fine. And what are all the libraries and application extensions and folders regarding that Python 3.12 will be installed in this particular folder. And as I have said you before, we have clicked add python.exe to path. So upon clicking, this particular path is added to environmental variables. Let us try to check. Click on search for environmental variables, right? So system variables, OneDrive, path, edit. So if you see here, see users, KMR, app data, local, programs, Python 3.12, and these two with scripts and with 3.12 folder, it has already been added to environmental variables. Let me try to go through another time. Environmental variables. Go to path, edit. You can see here. So these are already added automatically upon clicking add python.exe to path during installation of Python language. So if you do not click on that checkbox, you have to install, you have to specify the paths of the Python exclusively. Like you have to copy this path. Let me go through this. You have to copy this particular path and you have to paste it here. You have to paste it in the path. You have to paste it in the path. So upon pasting only, then you can try to run any programming language. Not only Python, any programming language. Upon adding variables to path, then you can run it from anywhere. So that is fine. We have successfully verified that environmental variables is added. And the other thing is, if it is successfully added, then you can check in command prompt. Go to command prompt. So search for Python. If you search for Python, it will show you Python 3.12.1. So this is the version which we have already installed. And upon entering with Python text, you can see the version of the Python which we have installed, and you can see this is the prompt, Python prompt, which is ready to accept our command. So let us try to give one command. So let us try to use print of hello world. Print of hello world. So hello world. So I want to just print this command. So that is the reason why I have given this. Let us try to print this. So it has given unterminated string. So the thing is, here I have used single quote, and here at last I have used a double quote. It should not be. Either you have to use single quote throughout the string, or you have to use double quote. So let us try to correct this and let us try to execute. See, upon printing hello world, you can see hello world. So it has successfully printed and it has successfully installed, right? So that is fine. And up to now, we have installed the Python from python.org.downloads. And right now, we will see one of the ways how we can write Python code. Up to now, we have installed the Python. Right now, we will see ways to run Python language. Ways to run Python code. It is very, very important. So most of you think that we can run the Python program in Python, but there are three ways. Let me discuss with you one by one so that you will be aware of. So first way is we can run Python code through IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. When you install Python program, this IDLE by default, it will install along with installation of Python language. So let me try to go through this search for IDLE. So if you search for IDLE, it will highlight you IDLE Python 3.12. This is the version which we have installed. Let you click on this. So if you click on this is the Python IDLE, and this is the prompt, Python prompt, which is ready to accept the code. So first way is through IDLE we can execute our program. So let us try to execute Python. Sorry, I have to use print command. It is directly asking me to enter any command. So Python, let me try to execute. This is my first program, right? So let us try to enter this. So if I click on enter, you can see it has printed so and so statement, like this is my first program. So in this you will have only the provision that you will only use single line of code. If you want to write multiple lines of code, it is not possible here. If you want to write multiple lines of code, it is not possible here. Very, very, very important. So with this IDLE, you will not going to develop projects. It is just for learning purpose. This itself says integrated development learning environment. This itself says it is only for learning. So this is my first program. This is the statement which I have printed, and this is the thing which it got printed. And let me try to do another thing. Let me try to print what is sum of 10 plus 30. So we know that what is the sum, so that is the reason why it has printed. So in this way, we will only execute command by command or statement by statement in IDLE. There is no provision that we can execute the whole lines of code at once. But this is possible with IDEs. Let me try to show you that in a while. So another way is through Notepad. Another way is through Notepad. So let me try to go to any particular folder, like in downloads, or so I have created Python programs in documents. So go through there. So I have created this hello world program. Let me try to delete this and let me try to create one for your understanding. So click on create new text document. So in this, what I will create first program. This is the name which I am giving. Try to save that as .py extension. If you click on that, it will ask for whether you want to change the file name extension. Click on yes. If you change, then it is a Python program. So that is the reason text file has been changed to Python symbol. So let me try to edit this. Edit with Notepad or Notepad++. So let me try to write something. Print off. This is my first program. This is my first program, right? And I can print off 10 plus 20, right? These are the two things which I have written in the first program.py file. Let us try to save this and let us try to close this. And Control C, go to the location which this file has been placed and go to command prompt, cmd, and specify Python and this particular location where that Python file has been placed, and file name first program.py. First program.py. This is the file name which we have specified here. So you have to specify the same. Let me take a click on this. Yeah, if I click on this, you can see this is my first program. This is the statement which I want to print, and 10 plus 20, the sum which I want to print. So upon executing this particular command, which I specified the program in the Notepad. So and I have changed that extension to .py. So it has printed so and so statements, and it has again asked for the like another command. So this is the another way which we can execute through Notepad, and the another way is through command prompt. So other way is command prompt. So if I click, so I am in command prompt. So let me open this for your understanding. Command prompt, click search for command prompt. So enter Python. So if you enter Python, it will ask for ready to accept. Python interpreter is ready to accept the commands. So first command I want to, or the statement which I can print is hello world. This I have showed you before. So if I print this, yes, it has printed so and so statement. I want to print some 50 plus 40, the sum of two variables or the values. 50 plus 40, 90. It has printed the associated value. So there are three ways to run Python code: IDLE, through Notepad, and by using through command prompt. And if you can see in Notepad, you have specified two things. In the similar way, you can specify multiple statements in the Notepad and you can try to execute the same. But with these three ways, you will not going to develop an application. Instead, you will use integrated development environment. Integrated development environment. So one of the most popular IDE is nothing but PyCharm. Integrated development environment, not IDLE, IDE. So it is the file which we can use, or I can say it is nothing but a application which we can use to develop Python applications. So we will use IDE. So before going to use IDE, nothing but the PyCharm, which is very popular, we will try to install. Yeah, before going to that, let me try to make you some points understand. Installation of PyCharm, very, very important. So this is the thing which we can be using in our everyday life. So first thing is when working on real-time projects, we will not prefer above ways, like by using ideally through notepad, through command prompt, but we prefer editors. Or I can say those are nothing but IDEs. So one of the most popular IDEs is PyCharm. So we have to install PyCharm from this location. So let me try to search for Google search for this. So PyCharm installation. So if you search for PyCharm installation, try to click on the first link. So this is the page where you see here. So let me try to close that and click on the download button. So upon click on the download button, you can see Python Professional as well as PyCharm Community Edition. But PyCharm Professional is a paid version, like we have to pay some upfront amount. So you will have some extra features with this professional version, but community version is more than enough for developing as well. So let us try to download and install the same. So go to this particular link, which I will paste here just for your reference. So click on the community edition download button. So if you click on that, it will try to download. So let us try to see. Upon downloading, let us try to install. Very, 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 very important. Yeah, it has installed. Let us try to see the same. It is not yet installed. It is taking some time. Let you try to close this. Yeah, if you can see. So this is the thing which I downloaded. Let me try to install this particular application. If I double click on this, it is trying to open the application. Yeah, click on yes, click on next, and this is the location where it will try to install all the libraries, destination folder. Next, and if you take if you learn on this particular page, as like we have done in Python, add python.exe to path. In the similar way, you have to add bin folder to the path. Check on this and click on next. It will install. Let us wait for some time. It is trying to install the jars. It is installing. All the points are specified in my material, don't worry. Point by point. It will take some time to install. So upon installing, it will ask for whether reboot now or I want to reboot manually. So in this case, I am just want to reboot it manually after some time. So click on finish. So upon click on finishing, it will try to open up. You can try to search for this PyCharm Community Edition. Fine. Let us try to open that. Yeah. Yeah. Upon opening, it will not land on this particular page because this already I have opened with another program, I mean another folder, because I have already used some of the programs in my local, so that is the reason why you will see here. So let us try to create one more new project. New. So let us try to create new project. Upon installing, you will land onto this particular page. So this is the Python project. This is the location, and the name is Python practice. This is the thing, right? And if you can see, this is the version which is automatically selected, because this is the thing which we have already specified in environmental variables. So that is the reason why it has already choose this particular version. Click on create. Yeah, if we click on create, it will open this particular window. It will create the virtual environment. So in this, we will execute our one by one program. So let us try to close this, and let us try to create one program. This actor set will be renamed in the project. Cancel. So let me try to create one new Python file. Click on create new. You can directly select Python file. So click on Python file. Let me give you like hello world. If you click, just to click, paste the name or type the name which you want, just click on enter. Upon click on enter, it will try to create that file name with .py extension, because we have selected, let me try to show you again. We have selected the Python file directly. If you select some file, then you have to give exclusively python.py extension, so that in that case it will directly take that as a .py file. But right now what we are doing, just we are taking that Python file and just we are specifying the name, so it has automatically created that extension .py. So this is the first program which we will execute right now. So print off hello world. Don't try to confuse. This is very beginning, so that you will not understand some of the statements. Try to bear with me for some time. So this is the first statement, hello world. This is my first program. This is the statement which I want to print. This is my first Python program. So this is the first statement which I want to print, and let us try to execute the same. So right click on this, run hello world, or you can use directly shortcut Control Shift F10. So write hello world. So if I click on run hello world, you can see in the console, this is the thing which it has got printed, and this is the statement which I wanted to be printed. So let me take another variable. So suppose some x is equal to 100, some y is equal to 200. So I want to print along with this statement and sum of x and y. So print of x plus y. This is the addition. So let us try to execute the same. If you can see, upon printing this particular statement, it has also printed the sum of these two variables. So in this way, you can run multiple lines of code one by one in editors. So PyCharm is the most popular editor for Python, but this is not the case in these three ways. If you can see, through IDLE, through Notepad, through command prompt, this is not the case. So if you want to develop an application, or if you want to develop some lines of script, then you can go for this PyCharm. It is very important. Next important thing, there are many ways for us to learn. I will try to make you learn one by one. Comments, very important. So let us try to make you understand what is comment and what is its stuff. So comments are used to write descriptions about application logics. Very important, application logics. So if you develop a script, if anybody comes in between, if they see your script, then they can easily should understand what the script is doing. So for that, we will use comments to understand the logics easily. So if you keep the comments, then descriptions are kept in the comments, and if anybody comes, then they can understand the logics easily. So this is one help which we will get from comments, and it makes code maintenance easy. And comments are not executable or non-executable. Comments code is non-executable, so it will not execute. So I will make you sure that whether it will execute or not execute. So Python language will ignore comments at runtime. Comments at runtime, very important. This is the stuff which you can be aware of about the comments. So let us try to make you understand. Let me create one comments file. So in the before case, we have created Python file directly, but right now what I will do, I will try to create some file with .py extension. So what I will do, comments .py. If I want to specify that extension, so it will take that. So if I specify that extension, it will try to directly create the Python file. So let me try to close this. Let me make you understand. So this is Python program. This is Python program. So this is the first statement which I have written. So I can say this is, if I want to comment this, I will just go to this end of this particular statement and click on control/. If I click on control/, then directly it will be commented. So this is nothing but a single line comment. So if you want to do single line comment, you have to do control plus and /. So this is the command. You can select directly, or you can try to make your cursor point at this end of this statement and press control /. So this is nothing but a single line command. So if you execute, let me try to execute. So you will see nothing is printed. Nothing is printed because Python will ignore commands at runtime. So very, very important. Suppose if I want to comment multiple lines of code, control chat. Let me try to copy this again. Control V. So these are multiple statements. If I want to comment these multiple statements, what I will do, I will use triple double quotes. First double quote, second double quote, third double quote. And at the end of the statements, I can use again triple double quotes. First double quote, single double quote, third double quote. If I place any statement or multiple statements inside triple double quotes, then it is nothing but a multi-line comment. So I'm just commenting multiple lines of code. So it is nothing but multi-line comment. So what I can do, I can place the statements or the commands which I want to comment, like there are multiple lines. So I can specify that in between triple double quotes or single double quotes. Single triple quotes. It is very, very important. So let me try to comment this. No. So let me try to make you clear. Let me try to remove this. So let me make it here. So for multi-line comment, you can specify that in between triple double quotes or triple single quotes. Very, very important. We'll see what is triple double quote, what is triple single quotes when we are discussing about strings. Don't worry. And let me try to use some random statement which I can print. Like I am working with Python. So this is the statement which I can print. So if you can see, upon running this particular program, it will just only print this particular statement. Why it will not print these particular things? Because I have already commented them. So Python program will ignore comments during runtime. And most probably, if you can see here, so for this particular command, this is nothing but like a description. So descriptions are normally placed in comments. So this is the Python program. Yes, this is the Python program, right? So in this way, we can use comments in our programs. Very, very, very important. And another important thing, keywords. Very important. So during interviews, interviewer will try to ask you what are comments, what are keywords, and what are similarly variables, like those things. Let us try to understand what is the keywords. Keywords are nothing but reserved words in Python to represent some meaning or functionality. Very, very important. So keywords are nothing but reserved words. These are reserved words. Why they are reserved? Because they have some meaning or functionality. By natively they are using in Python. Some building of that Python program. So that is nothing but they're only used for some functionalities. So that is nothing but if. So you can see, like, during any meetings, there are some reserved seats for VIPs. In the similar way, you can assume keywords are nothing but the reserved words. to represent some functionality that we will see one by one whenever we will get those things right. We will see one by one. So there are almost 33 keywords in Python. Very important. There are almost 33 keywords in Python. So let us try to see what are the keywords in Python. Go to PyCharm. Let us try to create one more keywords for Python 5. So for seeing the keywords, I will just import keyword. This is the library or which is present in Python. So what I will do, I will just import keyword. So upon importing, I want to see what are the keywords present in Python language. So for that is the reason I will use keyword. In the keyword, I have KW list. Keyword dot KW list, nothing but keyword list. I want to see what are the keywords. So if you can see run keywords, yes, these are the keywords which you are seeing, like false, none, true, and as, asset. These are all the keywords which you can depict some meaning or functionality. If you can see import here, so like import, this is representing some functionality, like it is just importing the libraries, right? And if you can see, there is no print, I think so. Yeah, don't worry. When we are using all this, you will get to know what are these keywords really depict for. And if I want to see what is the length, how many keywords I am presenting, I will use length thing. So when we are discussing about list, tuple, data structures of Python, you will get to know what are the functions associated with those data structures. So right now you are seeing this is printed as a list. So list have some function like length. We can count how many objects are present in the list. So for that, I'm just using this. So I will use keyword.kw list. So let me try to print all the things one by one. So if you can see, there are almost 35. Sorry, not 33, it is 35. So these are the keywords and these are the total number. So in this way, you can try to know what are the keywords present in Python. In interview, every interviewer will ask this, what is a keyword and how many keywords and what are the keywords, just write it down. So you can try to have them once in your local. Let me try to discuss about variables. These are all the basic stuff which you should know before trying to make some complex programs in Python. So a variable is a reserved memory location. Reserved memory location. So there is a memory location in Python. So if we initialize a variable, then some of the memory will be reserved for that variable. So why it is reserved? To store values or data. Yes, we initialize a variable to store some values or data. Very important. And similarly, every variable must have data type. But very, very important, Python is a dynamically typed programming language. So when you initialize a variable and if you assign any value to that during runtime, or simply Python will try to assign the data type to that particular variable. You don't want to specify the data type of the particular variable explicitly. So that is the reason, if we specify the variable data types exclusively or explicitly, then it is a statically typed programming language. But Python is not a statically typed programming language. So Python will itself directly assigns what's the data type of the particular variable depending upon the value which we give. So let us try to make you understand the variables concept. Let me create one variable Python file, variables. Yes. Let me try to close this. Let me try to give one thing. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20.5. All right. Suppose S is equal to welcome. So if you can see, by common sense, we can try to understand A is a integer value, B is a float value, and S is a string. So let us try to see what are their data types. So right now you are seeing here, I have not specified the data type of any variable like A, B, and S. Let us try to see how the Python will directly understood. So print of, I will try to print type. What is the type of A? Right? Let us try to do it for B and S. B and S. So if I can print, you can see A is integer type, B is float type, and S is string. So you have observed that I have not specified explicitly the data type of these particular variables, but Python has automatically assigned the data type to these particular variables. So that is the reason Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Very, very, very important. Very, very important. So to make you understand, I have just used this variables concept. Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Very important. Maybe in interviews you will get this question. So, and data types. So there are multiple data types in Python. We will see one by one. Data types in Python. Very important. Let me try to use this. You can observe this particular picture. So there are multiple data types in Python. Those are categorized into three types. I mean, so not three types, there are five types: numbers, boolean, sequence, mapping, sets. Under numbers, you will get integer data type, float data type, complex data type. Under boolean, you will get true or false. Under sequence data types of Python, string, list, and tuple. Under mapping, you will get a dictionary. Under sets and set and Trojan set. Don't worry, we will discuss one by one data type in coming classes. But right now, you should be aware of what are the data types in Python. So if you can see numbers, boolean, sequence, mapping, sets, very, very important. You should aware of these categories and their respective data types. So let us try to create one Python file, data types. So let us try to create one by one program. Suppose x is equal to 100, y is equal to 10.5, s is equal to welcome, right? And you can specify that in double quotes as well, don't worry. But right now you just specify that in single quotes. You can specify that the same in double quotes as well. So I can say c is equal to a, b is equal to true. I'm just specifying some of the values to some of the variables, that's it. So what I will do, I will just print off type of, let me try to copy this, and thereafter print off type of, for your understanding, type of C. And similarly, let me try to do it for B. So this is X and this is Y. So let us try to see what are their types as well. So if you can see, X data type is int, Y data type is float, and S data type is string, and C data type is also a string. And if you can see, B data type is boolean. B data type is boolean. But in Python, a single a character specified, a word specified, or a letter specified in single quotes, or I can say like I can specify that in double quotes, A or double quotes, and inside double quotes I have specified A. Inside single quotes I have specified A, or in double quotes I have specified A. So both of the things, whether yes or C, if you observe, these two things are nothing but string in Python. But if you specify only single letter inside a single quote or a double quote, in Java it is nothing but a character. But in Python there is no character data type, we have only string data type. So if an interviewer asks you whether it is a character or a string, then directly go and say it is a string. We have only string data type in Python. It is very, very important. Try to understand these concepts in a clear way. Try to practice thoroughly so that you will be aware of all the things.